All right, Larry Krueger outside Levi's Stadium on a Tuesday for the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show as we break down everything that happened down here in Ninerland on a Tuesday. Niners getting ready on the short week to board the Bird and go to LA on Thursday night, where they will take on the Los Angeles Rams in a Week 5 matchup that's going to be good. Niners are 3-1. Playing well, but at the same time, it's coming off a loss to the Jaguars. All right, let's talk about everything that happened down here. And of course, we're brought to you by Pig and a Pickle, 2 locations, Emeryville, Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out, as I always say. Go say hi to Damon and Mary and get some brisket, and you'll love Pig and a Pickle. Also, 49er football season this year is presented by Sleeper, the fastest growing fantasy platform in the world. It's a one-stop shop. You get blazing fast news, real-time stats, group chat, season-long leagues, and of course, Sleeper picks for daily fantasy. So use the promo code Larry. Sleeper will match your first deposit up to $100. Links in the description. Terms and conditions do apply. And thanks to Sleeper for being a proud sponsor of the Krug Show. All right, let's talk a little bit about today. We talked to Kyle Shanahan. Ricky Pearsall is out today. He did not practice. Ricky's in kind of a weird spot. I think he's trying to defend his decision to pull himself out of the game on Sunday. I heard him talking about it in the locker room. Hey, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. I think he's been catching a lot of heat for pulling himself out. But he can't practice today, and his status for Thursday night, obviously very much up in the air. He's feeling instability in the knee. They're thinking it's some form of a PCL strain. We'll see how it goes, but I don't expect Ricky to play on Thursday night. We'll see, though. I think he's currently questionable, but he didn't practice today. Jordan Watkins also did not practice today. He's out with the calf. C.J. West did not practice today. He's out with the thumb fracture. Robert Beal did not practice today. Brock Purdy did not practice today with the toe, and we did get a chance to talk to Brock. And I asked him, because he said the other day, hey, I got to watch the film and be honest with myself to determine if my toe injury and the pain that I'm feeling in the toe impacted the fact that I was high with several throws against Jacksonville. And I asked him about it today, and he said, I still really don't know definitively if it had an impact on those throws or not. He said if the game was today, he wouldn't be able to play, but then he smiled and said, but it's not today, it's in 2 days. So we'll see. We'll see if Purdy can turn it around and play on Thursday night. It's funny. Shanahan and Lynch seemed to indicate that they thought he could be there Thursday night, but Brock himself sounded a little skeptical whether or not he'll be there Thursday night. I'd like to see them just sit him down. 3-4 weeks, sit him down, go with Mac Jones, and let him get healthy. He's obviously in pain. He doesn't have the same mobility. He doesn't have the same escape ability. He's not the same player without that trait. So I would play Mac Jones for a few weeks and let Brock get right. I think Brock, unfortunately, is too competitive, too proud to make this decision on his own. So it's going to have to come from Lynch or Shanahan, and I don't think they want to do that. I think they want to, let him exert his leadership and play through this injury. But I think it's an injury that just promises to get worse. And eventually it's going to cost him his season if he just keeps playing on it. So, what are the choices? But Purdy did not practice today, and he's out with the toe. His status is questionable for Thursday night. Jennings also did not practice. He's got a very painful rib situation going on, in addition to a bunch of other injuries he has. Yatir Gross-Matos with the knee was limited. D. Winters with a knee injury was limited. Mikael Williams with both a wrist injury and an oblique injury was limited. And Renardo Green with a neck injury was limited. It would really be great if Renardo could get out there Thursday night, because I think Renardo is going to be needed in this game against the third best passing attack in the league. One name you did not hear on that list was Mac Jones. Mac Jones is 100% off the injury list, and we talked to him today as well. So the Niners made both Purdy and Jones available. By league rule, they have to make their starting quarterback available to the media. It's going to be one of those two guys. We just don't know which one. I would say Jones sounds healthier. I think obviously the knee injury is a factor, but to me it seems like he's the healthier of the two. This is going to be a tough game for the 49ers offensive line. I asked Kyle Shanahan about Poona Ford, and he just said, hey, the addition of Puna makes this Rams defensive line just all that more deeper. There's a lot of talent on their defensive line. Kyle was asked about what makes Puka Nacua such a special player. Nakua's having a phenomenal start to his year. And he just said, hey, he's a big, aggressive receiver who attacks the football. I mean, that's pretty much it with Puka Nacua. Kyle was asked, what's the decision whether or not to start Purdy going to come down to? And he said the decision will come down to how he can protect himself. So, this is a really good defensive line. Whoever's going to be playing quarterback is going to be under a lot of duress in this game. It's funny because Lynch mentioned this morning that that the toe really bothered him on that second quarter scramble. And, I don't know if it did or not, but any kind of movement ability that, he has is going to seemingly make that a more agitated area. So it'll be interesting to see exactly, exactly what his status is as we get closer to Thursday night. Shanahan also said the Rams, he knew at the time that the Rams were in on the possibility of trading for CMC way back when the Niners traded for him. That came up today. He was asked about, are you bothered by the fact that you're not scoring rushing touchdowns? And Shanahan said, hey, look, my job is to produce points. I don't care how they come. I don't care if they come on the ground or in the air. I don't care how they come. I just want more points. Do I want a rushing touchdown? Sure, but what I really want is I want more points. According to stats from the ticket brokers, Niner fans are going to represent 61% of the crowd Sunday at Levi's South there at SoFi. So it should be somewhat of a home field advantage for the 49ers, at least as far as the crowd is concerned. Purdy did say he's still hopeful to play on Thursday, but we'll have to see as it gets a little closer. And then we also talked to Robert Saleh, and Robert Saleh said, he was asked about Nick Martin, and he said, hey, look, he's got to dominate on special teams first before he's going to get on the field from scrimmage. He said, he's going to be fine. He just needs reps. He's like Curtis Robinson and Luke Gifford just know how to play special teams better. And that's why they're in front of him on the depth chart. Simple as that. He also talked about the Liam Cohn thing and didn't really add a lot other than to just kind of try to explain that he was trying to compliment Liam Cohn. But obviously there's no love lost between these guys, and that's pretty obvious. People try to sniff around, hey, what are you going to do without Bosa? But obviously the answer is he's going to have to blitz more without Bosa. The Niners have blitzed 21% of the time through the first month of the season, and that number is sure to go up. For those who keep track of this stuff, the Niners blitzed in the year they didn't have Bosa about 35% of the time, 34 and change, something like that. So expect that blitz number to go up. And against Stafford especially, he's not the most mobile.